What's up, guys? I want to do a first impressions and initial hunt review with the Tethrd Skeletor sticks. Now, we're not affiliated with Tethrd. This is the first item of Tethrd that I've ever bought. Don't even own a real saddle. I own an XOP saddle, but that literally doesn't count. Save that for another day. But anyway, I wanted to kind of give you guys my initial impressions. I bought these during early December when Onyx was running like a partnership. If you had an Onyx membership, you can get like, I think 20% discount on Tethrd items. So I took full advantage of that since I was in the market for looking for a new set of sticks, and I really like the looks of these. And so I picked them up, and I didn't think I was going to get them in time to hunt with this last deer season, but I was able to get them the beginning of January, and I was able to hunt with them on my last hunt of the year, January 9th, when I went and tried to go and get on and kill the buck I've been chasing pretty much all fall. And just, he was a no-show. Anyway, I used these sticks for the first time on that hunt without ever really practicing with them. So if I walked away from that hunt really liking these sticks, and for me to do that with no practice shows that I think that it's a good stick, because I'm not like a climbing stick snob, but if this thing gave me troubles, I was gonna really not like it. So, and I really did like it. So you guys kind of know 2 pounds per stick. It really is 2 pounds. The Dynalock system works extremely well. I've been extremely impressed. They're the first person or people to think of this way to store the rope. Like, why wasn't that done earlier? The biggest item to note is when you are putting this on the tree, you're not going to want to do the traditional throw the strap or the rope around the tree. It's not going to work. This rope is way too light. So literally just throw it around the standoff right here, and then use the stick as an extension of your arm. Wrap around the tree, grab it, pull the stick back to you, get it, set it, go. Some people are iffy on the connection point here, but I really liked it. It was super easy just to make that figure, I think this figure X pattern. You can see it on their website. It's super quick to do. It locks in place extremely well, and you can tie it with the end knot here. I did the end knot at the top stick, and it was super easy to do, and it just worked out flawlessly. And like I said, how Tethrd was the only people to ever think of this way to store it. Maybe they weren't. I'm not a fanboy by any means at all. Like I said, this is the first Tethrd equipment I have. But like, the storage is just incredible. Like, super good going on their part. So overall, I really like this stick. Now, as you can see, I have this one stick here. The one thing to note that I'm not a fan of, and this just me nitpicking, is some of the steps aren't as tight. So some of them close harder than others. So I'm not like mad about it or anything, but when you get them, make sure you tighten them. I didn't use this stick just because it was a little looser, so I'll mess with that in the off season. And then it is a shorter stick than what I'm used to, of having like a 4-step stick with an aider, obviously, to get that 4th step. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a movable aider for these next year, where I just throw it over this top step, fold it down, or step on this bottom step. You know what I mean? You guys get the gist. I'm gonna come up with a way to have a movable aider, but I really like the way that these are compact. And the biggest reason for that is, you can see here on my stand system, and this is not gonna be my stand system for 2022. You heard it here first. But what I hated the most about my XOP full length sticks is it stuck up above the stand here. And so even when you like would hunch over to go under trees, you'd always get snagged. It would always drive me nuts. So that's why I went to a compact stick, was to avoid that entirely. And the way I'm doing it is I'm literally just setting it on top of the seat here, which is bungeed up, holding in my backpack. If I run a backpack, holding the sticks down and not letting them go anywhere, just by the pressure and a little bit in the weight that's in the backpack. And it's just kind of just holding there, and it doesn't slide around. I was kind of tossing around on my back on the walk out, and they didn't move. So I was pretty impressed by that. And it was much better than trying to set up a J hook on my stand. That became a nightmare as seasons would go on. But as you can see, this can work with any stand. Obviously, they're literally just sitting on top, which is nice because once you take your backpack off, you just grab them and you're ready to go. Now, the pin systems, I'm iffy on. When you pull, like, they're solid enough that they hold, but if you really kind of move around too much, they're gonna pop off. I'm fighting battery life now, all of a sudden. But the one thing that it's aluminum stick. Sometimes the pins are iffy on how easy or hard they come out. But overall, I think they work really well. And I think they're better than they were in the past from what I've heard, because the bottom ones are flexible. But they go in pretty easy. They just take a little bit of practice. But the one item to note is you can hear it. There's a little bit of sound to it. So there's going to be some deadening that you're going to need to do to them to make it so you can take each of these sticks off. Now, yeah, like I said, the one thing that I haven't gotten good at is taking the... You might be able to hear that. I haven't gotten taking them apart down as much as I would like to, but with time I think I'll get better at it. But I will say, obviously, you're going to want to silence these. So that's the one thing that I'm going to do to them here in the off season, quiet them up a bit. And I think they're going to be a home run. I was honestly thinking about buying the one sticks, but now that I have these, and I'm sure that the one sticks are going to be, I think they're being redesigned, so we'll see. But I already own these now, and I think I'm really going to like them, so I'd much rather spend the money on a better stand system than what I've got. So overall, very impressed with these. The weight, I know I didn't mention it, but you can find it everywhere else. 2 pounds a stick. It's a true 2 pounds. I've weighed them, and so 4 sticks, you're at 8 pounds. 3 sticks, which I'm hoping to run only 3, I'll be at 6 pounds, which is 4 pounds lighter than running 2 XOP sticks. So that for me was enough for me to want to try it, and so far I like it. So pretty quick video, but that is the first impressions review of the Tethrd Skeletor sticks. I really like them, and we'll be updating you guys as I use them more next year probably. But wanted to get this out to you guys because I think they're back in stock. So if you're interested, make sure you go check them out. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.